Heretics panel today. I was like, I gotta see which one this is. I will welcome to the stage Scarlett, Hefner, Elizabeth Blackmore, Teressa, Liane, and Christopher Wood.
What's up, guys? Is everyone, it looks like we have some empty chairs, maybe some people fell asleep, stayed up too late last night.
Anybody party too hard last night? Paul Wesley did. He's wearing sunglasses inside. Please roast him when you see him. Welcome to the stage, guys. Some of these guys just met for the first time backstage.
Yeah, we just met.
We just like, yeah.
But we're like besties now.
Go
so
way back.
This is gonna be great.
You guys, Scarlett and Teressa, you had the distinct honor of actually playing the first gay couple in the Vampire Diaries universe. It was kind of a different time. It was a lot. By the time we got to Legacies, everybody was super gay. But was there like pressure at the time? Were you guys like worried at all about getting it right?
I would say in the very beginning, before coming to Atlanta, I did feel that it felt like an honor for me personally. I know we had spoken about it early on and we both felt similarly, but yeah, I mean for sure, definitely I felt like that.
More of an honor than intense like
absolutely.
pressure.
Yeah, I think I don't know about feeling like pressure. I think it was something that when I finally got to meet Scarlett and talk about the relationship, that was something that I just felt more excited about and that I thought was really important. And yeah, super happy that it was something we could do.
Elizabeth, you came in when you come in at season 7 on a romance show as a love interest for one of the, well, let's say the lead guy. Ian's not here. Were you nervous at all for how people were gonna take Valerie?
I didn't know that until I was already there. I didn't get told that. I think it was episode 3 of the season. I had no idea that that's what was happening. And then, yes, I was very nervous about it. I did not know how that would go down, but yeah, I don't know. It was quite nerve-wracking.
I'm sure Chris had no nerves at all about coming in to play this most sociopathic maniac ever seen on this screen. That's how we like it, right? Just like to be the crazy. Was there any point when you got a script and thought, like, maybe this time we've gone too far?
Frequently, yeah. I don't think anyone knew what the character was going to become when they started building it, and it was sort of like an experiment. Like, will this be fun, or is everyone just going to be really mortified and hate us forever? And I think, you never want to be the person playing something that everyone has an issue with. I think, the answer is yeah.
Are you a method actor? Did you like have to go to dark places in your mind?
I mean, I try not to like kill people regularly, so it was over the course of the times on the show, it was probably only like 30 or 40 victims, but it was always consensual.
Only Paul
The
listening.
murder.
Let's bring some fans down to ask you guys some questions. Got people lined up over there. Hello.
Hi. So I have a question from Sheila.
I'm never gonna let you let that one down.
So just to fill my new friends in, everyone is Sheila to me. It's something that happened yesterday in the panel, and long may Sheila live.
Very Australian of you.
There was another show that you were on that was a really super show that you were on in between Vampire Diaries and Legacies, and I was kind of wondering if you could talk a little bit about switching between a villain and a superhero. Like how
You said a super show. I get it, because it was a show about superheroes. I honestly didn't get it at first. Maybe I should drink more coffee. I think that's one of the greatest gifts of being an actor is getting to jump back and forth and play opposites and play different characters with totally different aspirations and affiliations. And yeah, I think Kai and Mael were fun back to back. And I think the most confusing of all was when I was shooting the end of season 6 of Vampire Diaries. I was also filming Containment. Did anyone see that? Yeah, me too. I like that one. But that was trippy because it was like literally alternating days playing a hero and playing like the worst character in the world. I think, but he's the best. He's the worst and the best. But yeah, it's the best. It's my favorite part of the job, getting to do different things on different days.
Thank you so much.
Hi.
Drake? Oh, Jake, yeah. Sorry, I thought you said Drake, and I was like, yeah, I mean, he's a very talented artist. I don't know. We can talk about Drake. Do you guys want to have a conversation about Drake?
Hi, my name is Callie. This is for Chris. Kai was trapped in the prison world for most of '94 to when he came back. So he missed a lot of pop culture references from '94 up till his return. So all of his references were from the '90s and past.
You didn't know anything about Drake.
My favorite, for example, that he made was "Hello, Clarice," because I love Silence of the Lambs. Apparently, a lot of people do too. But what was your favorite reference to make?
My favorite 90s or other pop culture reference. Oh my gosh. On the show, right? That's the question, Sheila? So it was, I think honestly, probably the Hello Clarice thing.
Can we get a repeat of that line? Please, it's my favorite movie.
If Paul were here, he would say, "I'm not a monkey, and I do not dance."
Fair enough.
Do it.
But hello, Clarice. Thank you, Sheila.
Sometimes you just gotta do the party trick. No more?
Hi everyone, I'm Carina. I'm all the way from South Africa. So
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. My question is for Chris Wood. My friend is Jacquelia and she loves you, so she forced me to say this. But she's in the audience. And my question is for Chris Wood. I just want to ask, what was the most emotional and physical scene for you to shoot? And was it draining for you at all or not?
I know you guys feel this. We just mentioned it back there, but it honestly is so. Sometimes these questions, my brain literally goes blank because
It was a long time
it was
ago.
long enough ago that it's just like a fog of absence of memory. There's got to be something good here. Okay, so I do remember that there was a scene. You guys are gonna know it when I describe it. I was in some very 90s pinkish t-shirt or something with a long sleeve underneath it, and we were doing something and I ended up writhing on the ground and screaming. Does anyone remember this? Was this a merge scene? Like a flashback? It's coming back to me, hang on.
Yep.
Yeah, young Joe, that's a character name. I killed her. And I was getting electrocuted or something. Does anyone know? Can someone tell me? Who wrote this show? Yeah, I had to be convulsing on the ground, and I was screaming and doing all this stuff, and I literally got back and I thought something had splattered on my face, and I had burst all the blood vessels in behind my eyes and stuff from screaming so much that they couldn't even cover it with makeup, but they were like, "Oh, we'll do it in post. We'll just brush it out." But yeah, I don't know how it happened. It's never happened to me in my life. I must have been really going for it. It was the merge. Okay.
Every minute you guys see on screen is about an hour of shooting, and so when you see him riding on the ground for a couple of minutes, it was hours and hours of that. That's
I was gonna say it's more than an hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that scene alone, I think I was like almost losing my voice, and we were shooting it probably for like 4 or 5 hours. So I did it maybe 30 times in different setups. So woo, for screaming. But yeah, I mean that's part of the gig, and also it's fun to like do stuff you would never do in life.
What about you guys? Do you remember if there was anything that that particularly took a lot out of you on this show?
Yeah,
we do a lot of like late nights and.
Yeah. Like who were you? What did you do?
We're the heretics.
We were heretics.
But
I was the first.
yeah, I know, we know.
Well,
I
not
thought
first.
I
but
was the
like, yeah.
first.
You were technically the first. He just showed up on the screen earlier
Yeah.
and then takes all the credit.
Right? I was the first
Then-
one, right?
That sounds right.
Okay, but like I was there first. Yeah, what were your like hardest? Did you have physical days? Or were you guys just like dainty and like I curse you?
I got hit by a car in my first episode that I shot. I got hit by a car.
And
we
then what
killed
happened
some
when you were
people.
filming?
We killed the people that
We
hit
killed
me
a
in
lot
the
of
car.
people.
Yeah, we killed a lot of people.
But it wasn't like physically.
I mean, it was somewhat.
I mean,
strenuous.
Didn't Valerie? Didn't she like miscarry Stephanie's
Dude,
baby from
I
after being
cried
beaten up?
nonstop.
There's
Yeah,
just crying every episode.
yeah, I was crying a lot. And I think I died a few times. I tried to kill myself. Yeah, there were some big days in there. I think trauma blocked it.
And then you guys had a very dramatic death.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was emotional.
It was.
How did you die?
We blew up in a car.
Oh, that's fun.
And
Yeah.
I cried over your dead
but-
bodies.
Oh, then you
Yeah, I had to cry over your
again.
skeletons in a bag.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
together,
We're
love.
opposites though, because my character had a total absence of emotion.
Oh.
So I think crying was like there was even a scene about that, right? Yeah, like my eyes are leaking and what's happening to me.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, very like level guy, but in a very unlevel way.
Thank you so much for the question. Good job.
Thank you, Sheila.
Hi, I like your outfit.
Thank you. My name is MJ. My question is for Chris. So were like the name changes, nicknames, were they improvised or were they scripted?
The
Like,
nicknames?
Yeah, like you did.
Definitely improvised. Most of them. No, I think it was I remember more of the later stuff. Anything with Paul, like Stephanie, when I called him that was always me, because I just like to mess around. But I think that there's lots of nicknames in the script that they did right. So I can't say it was all me. It was a hybrid. But if it was a mispronunciation of a character's name, that was usually me. Mostly because I didn't know how to pronounce their names. No, because I thought it was fun. Also, like Ian's eye would twitch if I said his name wrong. Okay, Mom. Demon.
There was a writer, Neil Reynolds was one of the Vampire Diaries writers, and he actually started as an assistant and a researcher, and then became their go-to guy for the Kai dialogue that was just so fucking funny. He's a writer who I'll watch any show he writes for. You guys should keep an eye out for him. He's fantastic.
He was great, and he also just they would let him that's where a lot of the monologues came from too, is him and the other writers who really were Kai focused. They would just write. That's where the rambling monologues came from. Did you guys have to talk a lot? That was the hardest part of the show.
Yeah, I got to cry a lot.
I think Neil wrote the Halloween episode for us as well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So fun.
That was honestly one of my favorite episodes, and he wrote that
Me
one.
too.
Having him on set was amazing. It was awesome.
He's great.
Yeah.
So good.
Chris's
Thanks for the
character
question.
spent a lot of time alone in a prison world, so he was talking to himself a whole lot. Thank you so much for the question. Yeah, Mom, man.
Hi, my name is Kylie. So this is for everybody on the panel. What was your favorite part about playing your character in the show?
Favorite part? Well, look, I really liked that we came in hard as villains, and then sort of flipped the switch, and over the course of the season, was somehow in love with our main hero character, and left like happily. That I didn't die. That I started as this intense villain and then became something else. It was really fun to play.
Everyone dies on this show, and somehow you escaped.
Yeah, I did. I totally escaped. It was great.
She got to go and be happy somewhere else. It's beautiful.
So like, where is she? Where did she go?
Who knows, man? I just hope she's having a great time.
In what? England?
Oh, little. Oh, okay.
Seems pretty definitive.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it's cold.
Must be
but
true.
Cool.
What about you guys?
Favorite? I mean, I would have to agree with Liz too. I really love playing a villain. It's a lot more fun. And then, yeah, same thing. I mean, I loved all the costumes we got to wear. I think every episode was very different, and the way in which our character arc changed over the season. You got to see nicer parts of Nora, which was fun too. But yeah, I loved working with Teressa as well. She was alright, but yeah, she was
Yeah. No, I agree with what everyone's saying basically. I think coming in as the villain, that's the most exciting role I think you can get, because you know you're going to have a heap of fun, which we did first episode in, I think. But I really loved with Mary Louise that she sort of had this like constant flip between being like this kind of hyper evil person, but then she also had this intense emotion always there underneath as well. So I think our relationship really allowed that to sort of, I don't know, be expressed. But again, working with Scarlett was a highlight, and when we got to work with Liz, it was awesome as well.
Yeah, we loved each other very much. Our whole
Yeah.
little heretic gang. So it was really nice, I think, for all of us to be on set together.
Yeah.
Who did you guys of the like original cast? Who did you work
Hate
with
the most.
No, that's for backstage. Who did you guys work with the most?
For
Well,
me,
Paul.
I worked with Paul.
Yeah.
And I think that Michael Malaki probably would be next. Yeah.
I worked a lot with Kat towards the end. It was really good. She's so lovely. We had a great time. Yeah, I don't know, who else were we working with a lot?
I feel like we sectioned off, particularly Mary Louise, kind of got isolated with Todd, who came in with us as well. So I think I had like one big episode with Candace, it was that kind of torture scene episode.
Oh yeah, I tortured Candace too.
Just a light torture scene. Yeah, I think that was really out of the main cast.
It was really nice of them to spare you guys of having to work with them.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
There's some stories.
Well, I delivered Candace's babies.
Aww.
And Matt, David, I think I kind of worked with everyone.
Wait, were those the babies that I yeah, okay, I killed those babies. I tried to kill those babies.
tried.
And then they were there.
I probably protected them.
Maybe.
He tried to kill them, and then you took them out of his sister's womb and put them in Candace's womb. She had surprise Alaric babies.
Oh, yeah.
Based on a real story.
You know, as you do. Just a little magical womb transfer.
What was your question?
Yeah, what was your question?
Your favorite part about playing your character?
The
So
womb
not
transfer,
what I was
for sure.
saying at all.
So
Yeah.
far.
I liked, actually, to tie it in to making fun of the main cast, who are all insane but lovely, but also insane. No, I think it was coming in and being a chaos maker. Like the character's job was to disrupt everybody. And first and foremost, Ian Somerhalder, who almost never knew his lines. And I got to come in and make it even harder. And that was really fun. His reactions when he looks angry at me are probably legitimate. Honestly, you're welcome, Ian, for some of your best reactions on camera. No, but that's the gift of the role, I think, is I got to just like mess with people as the character, but also as the actor, and just play around, and it was so fun.
You guys got to, I mean, coming into a show at season 7 when there's already like a very established family, very dysfunctional established family, can be hard, but you guys really had each other, huh?
Yeah, that was what was so nice about it. It's almost like starting a new school because everyone's been together for such a long time. And so I was so relieved that there were 2 other girls who were starting at the same time. And we were working together a lot, so that was really nice.
And Todd, who played Julian, and I knew each other really well from Australia, so it was like this weird other side of the world thing. We all came in together.
The series regulars are less likely to brutally haze you if you have numbers on your side. So,
Yeah, exactly.
thank you so much for the question.
Hello, my name is Alize, and my question is there anything that you would have liked to see with your character on the show that didn't happen?
That we would have liked to have seen that didn't happen.
Oh, I know. Me. A romance with Kat's character Bonnie. I thought that was going to happen, and then it just didn't. So I was like, okay. But yeah, I was expecting that. We had spoken about that
It
too.
looks like it was
gonna
going to go that way,
happen.
yeah.
And then it didn't.
By the way, me too. Right?
Maybe
Like in
that
a really messed up way, Kai and Bonnie. That's a thing. Yeah, I love this. Bon Kai, she said. Yeah. We did that. We kissed in the rain. You can watch it on YouTube. It was real. And it was love.
It was real for them.
It was real for him. I would like to have kept my head more frequently. I died. Did you guys die a lot? I died a lot.
Did we die? Did we die too and then come back? No.
I don't think we did. I think I did snap your neck at one point.
My neck?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just briefly though. I think you popped back up. Really.
Oh.
Didn't work.
Pop back up.
I think I was pretty stoked with how Valerie's storyline turned out. I thought it was cool, especially how she left kind of in her own power and of her own volition. I thought that was sick. It's not something I saw coming, and I really enjoyed it. I think I would have really liked to really brutally murder Julian. Yeah, and I killed him like a little bit, I think, but like I would have liked that to be more of a beheading situation. More of a beheading kind of a thing.
I think I would have liked to see Mary-Louise get to a point of being confident and happy in herself and finding some sort of peace. I think she went through a lot and was always second-guessing herself, and it would have been cool to see her come to a point of knowing she had friends and knowing she was truly safe.
I know that after the fact, it was an interesting time on the CW as far as gay romances went, and the 100 around the same time had a lesbian couple where one of them died shortly after they professed their love. And I know that there was a lot of conversation. I know that Julie, after sort of, we learn and we take in all of the way that the world is changing. And I think she really wished she had kept you guys around longer and explored it and like given them a little bit more of a chance to be happy.
It's nice to know. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Cool hat.
I wish we had like entrance music for.
You could sing. I hear you can do that.
Hi, my name is Jasmine, and it's so funny you brought that up. It actually goes in perfectly into my question. This is for Scarlett and Teressa, actually. If your characters had mated, how do you envision their happy ending?
She didn't hook up with Bonnie.
Well, that didn't happen.
Wanted it.
Thruples are a thing.
Wanted it. I don't know. I think we would have ended up staying together. I think we'd been together for such a long time before. I think it was just like a little bumpy, little bump in the road.
Yeah.
But I think we would have stayed together.
I do too. I think there was a lot that they had to learn individually as well, but I think knowing that they kept coming back together, that really made me feel like it was something that they couldn't exist without each other. And I think that bond was something that felt from the beginning, and I think I could have seen it going on, for sure. Thank you for your question.
Beatboxing.
Hi, I'm Liane, and my question's for everyone. What was your favorite thing that you did or to do after you were done filming? What was your favorite thing to do after filming?
Sorry, the speakers are just facing that way, so we hear.
Can't hear anything.
What was your favorite thing to do after filming?
Like extracurricular. Oh, cool.
Top golf.
I remember drinking a lot of tequila.
My liver was
We
so
went-
much stronger then.
Yeah, we went to a couple of like drag shows. Do you remember we did that? We went to a drag show. That was
Bear
really
Carts.
fun.
If anyone knows Bear Carts, that was like an awesome hangout that we went to a few times. And Claremont.
Yeah, Claremont. Claremont was a like it kind of was a hazing ritual. Whenever somebody would come to town, be like in Claremont, yeah.
Was it Tongue and Groove?
Tongue and Groove. We were brought there
danced
and
a lot.
left.
Hence the tequila. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess lots of hanging out. We were lucky again with the group being this totally like new addition. We all kind of grouped together and went out and did things on the weekends when everyone was still in town. So it was pretty much just getting around Atlanta. Yeah, so cute.
There was one
So
spot
nice,
called the
honestly.
Croc Bar that doesn't exist anymore, but we would go to this one wine bar like after filming every
what I was
single
gonna
weekend. And at the time, it was like our little secret. Like we would never have told you guys about it because
Well, it's gone. So
it's gone now, so you can know. But
Croc
Croc
Bar.
Bar, and then also I'll give Nina a lot of credit. Nina was like a very good #1 on the call sheet, and she like I feel like we did a lot of like activities. Like she would arrange like laser tag and paintball on the weekends to like give people something to do when we stayed in Atlanta. She was very good at
And Matt
Social
and Zach
sharing.
had a boat. And
yeah,
we
a
go to
boat up at Lake Lanier.
Lanier. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everybody had fun together. Everybody actually really liked each other. It wasn't like we were faking it. Thank you so much for the question.
Hi. Okay, my question's for everyone. It's kind of random. If you could only decorate your house one color, what would it be?
red blood.
Say red.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
blood.
Okay, cool.
I know it wasn't supposed to be like a character answer, but that's what I wanted to do.
I'd go green, because it's, you know,
We could be
Plants?
Christmas.
life. I love green.
Christmas.
I read somewhere.
All I'm seeing is like a bright colored door, like a pink door, but the house I'm having trouble envisioning what. I have a dream. That's my favorite.
Barbie
That's probably what
dream
it is.
house.
There you go.
Yeah, mine would be yellow. It's my favorite color.
That's a really cute question. I feel like I'd end up with like that. You guys ever seen pictures of Kim Kardashian's house? It's like the beigest place in the world.
I was gonna say the real truth is it's white. It's like it's
Yeah.
eggshell. One of the 1,000 varieties of
Coffee
white.
creamer,
With
eggshell.
toddlers, that's a nightmare.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Awkward silence between questions.
I'm so sorry. It's like it's a
Not your
long,
fault.
quiet
Should
walk.
tell me something while it's
So my question's for Elizabeth. Yes, not for Chris, sorry. Since Valerie's the only character that was actually like still alive, and I know you guys already touched up on this, what do you think her life was like after she left Stefan? Do you think she found love, or do you think Stefan was like her one and only true love?
No, look, I hope so, because I think she kind of, by the end, had enough self-growth and awareness to kind of go and find something else and make something different. And I hope she just is happy. And I think she had a lot of love to give, and so I feel like she would have found someone else to give that to. I mean, I don't know how the fact that she's a witch and also a vampire plays into having, you know, a normal
There's like a
love life.
big backstory you have to catch somebody up on
Yeah,
the
there's
first
a
date.
really long backstory. But I don't know, maybe she somehow found a way to give up those powers and be human and just like live out a life. I would love that for her.
I feel like one of my favorite things about the shows is that you really get the impression from these shows that like you can have more than one great epic love in your life. And so I don't think it ever would have been like he was it for her and now she's gonna go be happy all alone
For the rest of her life.
Yeah, no, I don't like that. I hope she found something else. What do you think?
Honestly, I think if Stefan was still alive, they should have ended up together. But I think she definitely would have found someone else. I think she was that type of person who gave all of her love to the person that she loves. So I think that she definitely, when she found someone,
be able to find happiness with them.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I like that.
Thank you so much. They say it takes twice as long to get over somebody as you were with them. And wasn't it like 100 years she was
Yeah.
pining after that guy? Like, that's a lot.
She blacked out
A
for
lot
a
of
long
therapy
time.
you need.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey y'all, my name is Heather Sheila, and this lady is, the question is for the ladies. I think this is your first con with the Vampire Diaries universe, is that correct? It's really simple. How does it feel to be back in Mystic Falls and know that your photo op sold out like in minutes?
Did it? It did.
Well, that's nice to hear. I
Yes.
didn't know that either.
Yeah.
How's it feel to
Really
be back?
nice. I mean, I personally haven't been back to Atlanta since I shot the show, so it's been a really long time for me. Yeah, it's just so nice. I do cons kind of in other places, but this is my first only Vampire Diaries convention, so yeah, I was really excited, and again, I'm really excited to see the girls, and so yeah, I'm really happy to be here. So thank you all for having me.
Yeah, I've kind of been in and out of Atlanta since we've been shooting, but this was a very different trip. I think knowing why I was coming here and just, I don't know, the drive from the airport down through the city and everything, it was just bringing back so many memories. Yeah, and seeing the girls, I was just fighting like this emotion. I was just so excited. The moment I knew we were all attending, I knew it was this big reunion that was going to be happening, and I truly do have love for these girls, for this place, and for the show. There was just so much that it gave me personally. So yeah, being here has been, I don't know, it's definitely like a moment that I think I'm going to hold on to. And seeing all of you and just feeling the love from everyone, we are so, so grateful, truly. So thank you.
Sheila. There she goes. She's Sheila.
I'm going to start calling you Bruce.
Hi, my question is for Chris Wood. So, throughout the show, he kind of blames his craziness on his family and just being a siphoner and doesn't really understand why they don't like him. Do you think they actually maybe knew he was a sociopath and maybe that's why he didn't like them? Or do you think it was just because he was a siphoner?
Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Like, people not liking him because he's a sociopath, or is he a sociopath because people don't like him? Good question.
Let's go deep on this. I think really, if this is real life, yeah, you're gonna film this. Okay, you can film it, that's great. Cherish this answer, because it's gonna be long. No, I think if he really was presenting these signs of being, not stable and sort of a weirdo, and maybe needing some help to help navigate life with his unique personality, maybe his parents didn't do a great job of connecting him to the resources that he desperately needed. Because if you have a sociopathic child, it's not that they can't run for president, because many do. It is that you must show them how to run for president and other jobs.
Thank you so much. Hi.
Hi guys, I'm Tennille. Nice to meet all of you. So Scarlett and Teressa, you guys blow up at the end, and you look at each other and you say, there is no life after you. So a question for all of you, who is someone in your personal lives that you feel like you can't live without?
They're all looking at me. This
Chris
answer's
Wood,
very,
honestly.
yeah, obviously. No, this answer's very easy. It's my wife and my son. My entire world. That's the only answer. Oh, can my dog come too? Okay. Well, no, I don't want him to blow up. I don't want any of them to blow up. No, but that's my answer.
I have the same one as my husband and my son. I know, I'm glad to follow. It's my husband and my 3 girls. They're my entire world. Yeah, so. And my dog too. Oh, puppy on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't have children, so I'm really, really close with my family. So I think, my siblings especially, we're a very tight-knit group, them and also my partner. So, yeah.
I love that this question was contextualized basically by being like, who would you want in the car with you when you blow yourself up? I don't feel like, I feel like that's a dark way of looking at this.
It is. This is the Vampire Diaries. It's dark, so.
Thank you so much for the
Thanks
question.
for the question.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, I'm Jennings Brower. Nice to meet you guys. It seems that Chris, you are very naturally funny on these panels, and it feels Kai had a lot of that. But for all of you, were there parts of your personality, not the death, murdery parts, that you related with? And if yes or no, is there a character in your career that you felt was a polar opposite of who you are in real life?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think I'm anything like Nora. I would say I'm a nice person, and Nora is not. But my other, Nora kind of nice. Yeah, but in the beginning she's not very nice. You see like glimmers of nice, but she's a villain. And then really, I've only ever really played villains. I don't play a lot of nice people. Unfortunately, I'd love to play more nice people. But villains have more fun in my opinion, so yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same camp. I really play villains a lot, and I think I'm quite nice and quite optimistic. Whereas poor old Valerie was not that at all. Yeah, I do
How
play a
could
lot
she
of
be?
villains.
You can't be optimistic when that much bad shit happens to you.
That's very true.
Yeah, I guess for me with Mary Louise, I was like, her being fiercely protective of those that she loves. I mean, not to the point of killing people, I wouldn't do that. But I definitely have this sense of, needing to look out for those that I care about. And similar, I think I have mostly played villains. But I've noticed like lately there are more things that I'm starting to do that are more like bringing in like physicality and stuff like that. And that is kind of bringing in more of my background and just being a bit more like athletic as well. So yeah, I've been loving that.
Oh, and I think minus the murderous sociopathic tendencies. No, I'm much more reserved in my normal life. I think I'm kind of like an introverted extrovert. I think I would call it. Does that make sense? Yeah, I'm definitely I can be outgoing and I have that in me. Especially like there's an audience here. This is fun. No, but I also love being by myself. Spend a lot of time by myself. I'm very comfortable alone. I'm not like I think of it like a battery, right? Like my social battery is very small. If I go out with friends one night, I need like a month of not going anywhere before I'm ready to do it again. Truly, that's my personality.
Like, I'm sorry, I can't. I went out 2 weeks ago. I have to stay inside my house.
Sorry,
my dogs need
I
me.
know Christmas is coming next year, so I'm here until then at home. Yeah, that's me. Thanks, man. Nice hair.
Hello. Hi. My name
Sheila?
is Summer. It's Sheila. And I was wondering if you could share an embarrassing or funny moment that you remember from set.
I'll embarrass myself. I was just telling, this morning, I was over at Caroline's house with Candace, and I remember the first time that I was there when I was a journalist, way before I joined this world myself. It was freezing cold, I was unprepared, and Trevino was like, oh, I'm about to go film, you can wear my jacket. And we're watching the filming, and suddenly we thought it had started to snow, so we're like, it's snowing. It wasn't. I was standing too close to the heater, the entire back of his jacket had melted, and it was the feathers from his jacket, which was very mortifying. And somehow they kept inviting me back. I'm still here.
That's the kind of thing you see in like Sex and the City, and you're like, Carrie Bradshaw, this would never actually happen. That's a great story.
I lit myself on fire trying to get warm. Do you guys have anything embarrassing happen to you on set?
Thankfully, no. I have like a kind of awkward funny moment. It was one of my first scenes that I did like quite early on. I was in a scene, I don't know if you had died briefly or not, or you were passed out somewhere, I can't remember, but I was by myself. And it was a brief scene where someone killed me, kind of, and then Caroline and Stefan just started making out. But when we were shooting, it was so awkward because I just had to like duck out of camera, and then they were just like wildly making out. And I was like, "What is this show?" And that was just like a kind of a "Hi, welcome to Vampire Diaries" moment. But that's really it for me. Otherwise, there's nothing really embarrassing.
No, I know. One of the funny memories of me, I guess Todd keeps popping up today, but it's with the vamping thing, the thing where like how people like would move from one point to the other really quickly. I'm sure this has probably been covered before of how this is done.
No, but it's so good.
So
the first day you're on set and someone vamps,
no
it is
idea.
spectacular.
No
So like
idea.
the way that it happens is literally like the person is moving in normal speed, which will later on be sped up. And so Todd he did this sort of Phantom of the Opera sort of like arm in front of his face and just started walking like this, and he did so many takes of it, and it was just, I don't know if this is a had to be there moment, but it was really funny.
No, that's spectacular.
Thank
and
you.
you just triggered my favorite memory, which was the first time I saw someone vamp. I was in a scene with Ian, and oh my gosh, it's so funny. When you watch the show, you're just like, yeah, he's in super speed mode. This is how this goes. But when you're filming, no one told, I don't know if this was yours, no one told me that this was gonna happen.
I didn't even know what vamping was. They were just like, okay, now vamp. And then they move, and I was like, what?
And I'm thinking like it's music, so it's like a vamp. Like we're just gonna hold, and the music's gonna play, and we're gonna like wait for the next part to come in, but that's not how it works at all. It's actually not a musical, it's a movie. But it's a TV show. I should go. The way that it worked was we did this scene, and Ian was supposed to vamp at me and then push me into a wall. And I was like, okay, and we did the blocking, and when you block a scene, you're not always like totally doing it, and it depends on that person you're working with.
Blocking is planning where you're going to go in the scene so they know the camera knows where to follow you.
Yeah, and some actors, like sometimes you really do the scene and start exploring and start working, and they figure it out from there, and other actors like to like not be on set at all for it, and you just kind of put a mark down, and that's where they go. So anyway, we didn't really block this scene, and Ian wasn't there, and they like told me what was gonna happen. And we get to this point, I just have to physically show you because it's bananas. But so we're doing this scene, and he's across the room from me, and we just get to this point, and instead of saying his next line, he just like turned to me and went. And I was like, what, are we still filming? What's happening? Like imagine you're used to just like saying lines and staying put, and then somebody's just like coming at you in slow motion with their face like, because in the vamp you have to like, it has to be physical so that it doesn't just look like a person just like going for a walk, you know? So anyway, it's so weird to watch. And I remember I almost like broke. It was like, I'm sorry, this is what is happening. Could someone like explain to me? And then after the take, they showed me, and then I was used to it. But it is so funny to watch.
I'm so happy you demonstrated, because it really, really is.
And I probably didn't do it justice, and Ian should do it for you someday, because it is so beautiful.
And it was like all the time. It was like every other scene we were doing this, and it never looked less ridiculous.
No, when you get, I think the weirdest part is when you get used to it. Like you just, Scarlett, a second ago, you said you weren't in the scene, so obviously you were dead or like in a coma or something. Like it's never like, oh, she was like,
just on the floor.
Yeah, it's never, in this show, it's never like, oh, she was just not there. It's like, oh, she must have been dead. You know, the world you get used to is so trippy.
You get used to like, oh, there's just like 3 neck snaps in this scene. You just know how to do a neck snap. All of a sudden, like.
It's so funny though. Vamping is everything.
I can get fake blood out of any clothing. Yep, shaving cream, if it ever happens to you, takes the fake blood right out. I would come home from set and be like, I'm not an actor. I'm a writer. There's no reason for me to be covered in blood. Always. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, the blood is real. It stays with you.
So sticky.
Going into the gas station after.
Did you guys work with a lot of blood? Yeah. Yeah?
Okay, this is our last question. Sorry, I forgot to check the time.
Hi, my name is Jessie, and my question is for everyone. If you guys could be another supernatural being in the show, what would you be?
I thought the Heretics were pretty I thought that was cool, yeah. Witches plus vampires. That's pretty cool.
No, I probably would have just been like Bonnie. She was just a witch, right?
Yeah.
I would have just been
Or like a werewolf. What else is there?
I think Heretic is kind of the best
That's
thing.
fun.
Unless is there a thing when you're also a werewolf? That's a tribrid?
Tribrid, yeah.
Who's a tribrid?
Only Hope.
Who?
I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Hope!
Oh my god.
Damn it, got it.
Sorry, who is a tribrid? I didn't know that. She was a tribrid?
Most powerful being on all the shows.
I don't know.
Little Danielle Rose Russell, the sweetest thing.
I think I fought her pretty good.
I feel like you guys really did get the best of it because, especially as actors, I feel like Werewolf was the worst one because they were always having to like be contorting and then like find themselves naked in the woods.
You're at the winds of the moon and it's so annoying. Heretics are great because you live forever. I don't know if you had this. My witchiness was like I could touch people and take all of their powers.
Oh yeah, I think I could do
Yeah.
that.
Okay, cool. So we're the same.
That's what
So
Heretics
it's awesome.
do.
Oh.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's like vampire
Oh.
plus, yeah.
I thought that was my witch power.
Yeah, it's a heretic thing.
Yeah, siphon. Yeah, siphon.
Siphon.
Siphon. Yeah, so I was a siphon. Yeah. Could you guys siphon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would always grab Kat Graham and like steal her mojo, and she'd be like shriveling like a raisin.
Thank you so much for the question, and thank you guys. You've been a great audience.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys. Love your information.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you guys later.